You have tuned into WUDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artists, and this is Big C in the Morning. This is the Friday morning show that starts your Friday morning off right in your weekend early. How is everybody doing today? Here it is February 12th, 2021. Lots of things have been happening. The governor, decided, hey, why not just lift the curfew up? And he did. So yeah, basically, curfew's gone. We can now do anything we want past our bedtimes. Like, just partying, maybe going to restaurants, maybe bars. We can do anything. We can literally do anything. And as you can see, I got a semi-new chair. Don't know where this came from. But I decided to say, hey, I'll just go with the flow. And sorry I don't sound very energetic today. It's because of two things. One, I didn't get enough sleep last night. So, yeah. And two, there's a holiday coming up. And it's Valentine's Day. And sadly, I am still single. Yeah, I just had to do that. I just had to put in the wah-wah music like right there. Just to show you how single I am. I've been single for about almost 20 years now, and it's pretty annoying. Kind of. But anyways, today's topics are about Valentine's Day. So yeah. And our first topic today is the history of Valentine's Day. Where did we get this holiday? Whose bright idea was this? Seriously. Whose bright idea was this? I want to know. I really want to know. So, thanks to History.com, we can finally learn what in the world Valentine's Day, God's origins, and all that other stuff. So, let's dive in today. Let's dive in right now. So, reading this, basically, the Catholic Church recognizes three different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all whom were martyred. So, martyr. That word is basically, seen as like a saint. I know where that word comes from. I think it's like, it means like this guy is like a saint. He's a person you look up to and stuff. I think that's what martyr means. I don't know. It's been a while since I learned anything from school. And there were a lot of legends, going through how this Valentine's Day thing became, what it is today. So, one legend says from history, it says that some emperor named Claudius II, who was the emperor of whatever. I think Rome. Yeah, Rome. He decided to, outlaw marriage because he thought single men made better soldiers than their wives and families. And, this priest named Valentine, who served as a priest during the 3rd century in Rome, realizing that this is injustice, he actually defied Claudius's orders to outlaw marriages and continued to perform them for young lovers in secret. And then when they were discovered, Claudius ordered him to be put to death. Others insist that it was Saint Valentine of Turney, a bishop who was the true namesake of the holiday, and that guy was also beheaded. So basically, that's somehow, got Valentine's Day. I don't know. It's confusing. History is very confusing. Other stories say that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. Another legend says Valentine, who was imprisoned, actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter, who visited him during his confinement, and before his death, he allegedly wrote a letter to her, signed from your Valentine. But this is like from way back in like maybe the 400s, maybe like ancient Rome. This is ancient Rome type stuff, and yeah, and somehow he got popularized. He's very popular in England and France. Somehow. I just don't know. Seriously. That is the weirdest legends to like Valentine's Day. Like, seriously. Valentine's Day is all about that. It's weird. It's very weird. Yeah, basically they said, they also said his death probably took place on the 14th of February, or he was, like, buried on the 14th of February, which was around, like, 270 AD. So, yeah, ancient Rome, people. This is ancient Rome time. And it's very, very confusing, but also interesting. And others claim that, Christian churches, like one Christian church, may have decided to place a St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia. It's a very, very tough word. It's a very tough Roman word that I do not know. So yeah, now one saying is, it was started by, some kind of festival, some guy in prison who sent a letter to his jailer's daughter. And then there was one thing I saw about the first Valentine written, like the first ever. It actually came from, well, I don't know where it came from, but the first actual Valentine was sent back in 1477, and it's known to be the oldest Valentine's Day message ever. Seriously. That is actually how Valentine's Day actually, kind of started. Because if you ask me, Valentine's Day is a somewhat good holiday. A somewhat good. Because, after, it got popularized back in 1477, and then it actually got, across the world, it got, attention. And now people celebrate it every single year. Whether it's writing cards, messages, love letters, sending roses, it's weird. It's very weird. But to some people, it's very common. To be honest, excuse me. To be honest with you guys, Valentine's Day to me is a holiday that, just comes and goes, and, you're like, whatever. And besides, where in the world did we even get Cupid? Like, seriously, Cupid. That, angel that, has, like a bow and arrow, and he shoots it, and then, boom, they fall in love with you. A person, falls in love with you. Like, seriously. Cupid is a mythological creature, as we say in, the world. He's not real. He's just a made-up fictional character, and, is associated with Valentine's Day. So, yeah, and they say, Cupid shoots his arrows, boom, you fall in love with somebody. So far, Cupid's arrows have technically missed every single time, for when I'm trying to, get a date. So, yeah. Basically, Valentine's Day is not one of my favorite holidays. I think Christmas beats Valentine's Day. Thanksgiving beats Valentine's Day. A lot of other holidays could beat Valentine's Day. Even St. Patrick's Day could be Valentine's Day. Seriously. Oh, excuse me. And this is why I told you I didn't get enough sleep last night. But, yeah. Also, it's somehow, a popular thing for Hallmark, for Valentine's Day. Hallmark has a bunch of Valentine's Day cards, and I've been seeing like a lot of Hallmark Valentine's Day cards. And to be honest with you, they make a lot of money off of those Valentine's Day cards. No joke. It's a lot of money. And, I would, if I had my own Valentine's Day card, thing, I would, boom. Be a millionaire or billionaire, who knows. But yeah. Oh, and I just pulled up some facts here. So here are some facts for Valentine's Day. Boxes of chocolate. The Valentine's Day tradition of giving chocolate, like a box of candy, was started in the 19th century by some guy named Richard Cadbury. Richard Cadbury. I wonder if he invented the Cadbury eggs. I really want to know. So yeah, he was also a manufacturer in chocolate. And he had a new technique to create more varieties of chocolate and put it in, a box. Thus, we got, boxes of chocolate maybe from, Anthony Thomas, maybe, those heart-shaped, boxes of chocolate. Yeah, those were given out. I've gotten, like, a lot of chocolate, well, not really from anybody, but usually I just, take a piece or two, maybe from like my mom's, chocolate box, because, who can't resist chocolate? Nobody. Excuse me. But yeah, nobody can resist chocolate. So, yeah. Wearing your heart on your sleeve. So, this is a term that was used in the Middle Ages for Valentine's Day. Where men would draw the names of women who they would be coupled with for the upcoming year while attending a Roman festival honoring Juno After choosing, the men wore the names on their sleeves to show their bond during the festivals, well, the festivities. So, yeah. Basically, it's kind of like, the ancient history version of speed dating, where, you just have a good time at a festival, and then you meet somebody and you put their name on your sleeve, and then you're like, yeah, we're together. What's up? So yeah, sweetheart candies. They actually start out as lozenges. So, according to History.com, again, a pharmacist named Oliver Chase created a machine that would quickly create lozenges before switching to using the machine to create candy, and it was known as Necco wafers. And his brother came up with the idea to print messages on the candy in 1866, and thus we got, those message hearts. And well, they didn't get their heart shape till like 1901, but back in the olden days they put, they just had circles, so then they have like messages, and then all of a sudden they start to use hearts because it's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. We gotta make money off of this somehow. How do we make money off of this? So yeah, that's how we do that. Hearts, heart-shaped messages. Oh, and here's something I didn't know. Cupid was actually a Greek god. Well, I think I did know that. I just forgot. So yeah, Cupid was a Greek god. How X came to mean kiss. A lot of people use... Yeah, I want to know how X came to be, kiss. Because I know O means for hug, and, how is X meaning kiss? Well, according to the Washington Post, X became known as kiss. Well, actually became... The use of the X was actually used to represent Christianity or the cross in the Middle Ages. And then during some time, and during the same time of the Middle Ages, the symbol was used to sign off documents. After marking with an X, the writer would often kiss the mark as a sign of their oath. And as the gesture grew among kings, commodores, to certify books and stuff, letters, paperwork, and they've been, I am really losing it today. So basically, the gesture grew among kings and commodores to certify books, letters, paperwork, and the records have been described as sealed with a kiss. So that's how we got, the X meaning, kiss. It means you sealed a document with a kiss. So yeah, basically, back in the olden times, kings and commodores kissed their paperwork. Seriously. They would open a book, sign it, mark it with an X, and then kiss the book. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And it's pretty silly. Seriously. Who even does that? Nobody does that anymore. It's because we grew some common sense. Common sense is what we grew. Now we don't do that. We just sign in and say, "Hey, have a handshake, buddy." But yeah. And also, this, holiday is not to be confused with another thing that happened in history, which is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Oh, wait, actually, it did happen on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, another fun fact. There was a thing called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and it happened on Valentine's Day in 1929. And this is when, the mafia, the mafia. Hey, boss, how you doing? Hey, Big Cheese, Big Cheese meaning like, the boss. These mafia guys, they were like, yeah, we're gonna run the city. And this is when like Prohibition was still around. So, basically, it was one of the most bloodiest days in mob history when 7 guys were gunned down in Chicago. And guess who started that? Guess who was behind that miracle plan? Well, not really a miracle, but evil and masterful plan. It's none other than Al Scarface Capone. So yeah, he actually killed those 7 guys. Well, his gang killed those 7 guys. And then he rose to power after that rival gang he shot up fell apart as a result of, those 7 men getting killed. So yeah, Al Capone, he's somewhat famous on Valentine's Day. Only that day, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, that is the only thing he'll be known famous for on Valentine's Day. He will be known as the guy who shot 7 men and then, took over the mob legion of the world or whatever. Like, seriously. He became the Big Cheese in Chicago after, he took over everything. Besides, he made lots of money. But unfortunately for Al Capone, his crime he didn't get away with his crime. Basically, I'll cut this story short for Al Capone. Basically, he lied on his taxes, got arrested for tax fraud, sentenced to prison for tax fraud. Then we find out he has the memory of a 5-year-old because he got a sexually transmitted disease known as syphilis. And then he was released from prison because his brain was rotting from that STD, and he sadly died from it. So yeah, basically, Al Capone, he was tough and stuff, but man, what a way to go. It was like, yeah, I'm so cool, and then that happened, and he died. So yeah. Valentine's Day is somewhat, happy and somewhat tragic. The happiness part is because people get to, spend time with their, with their significant other, maybe go out to dinner, go out and watch a movie, Netflix and chill, Hulu and chill, maybe back in the olden days they Blockbustered and chill, or they may have drived in and relaxed back in the 50s, or something. But, yeah. Valentine's Day. It brings people together. Well, yeah, brings people together. And, spending time with significant others. But it also means, Al Capone. Because, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. So yeah, Valentine's Day to me means 2 things. Love and Al Capone. That's what I think of Valentine's Day. Love and Al Capone. Because, love on the one hand means, spending, time, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, being together with them. And then Al Capone, you know, he created the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, or participated in, whichever one it is. So yeah, well, I feel like I'm done talking about Valentine's Day facts and stuff, and how it became what it is today. So yeah, now it is time for us to take our first music break. But when we come back, we'll talk about Valentine's Day during the pandemic. What in the world are we gonna do? Seriously, what in the world are we gonna do? But don't worry, I'll try to help. I'll try to help because, you know, I'm somewhat of a love expert, so yeah. So yeah, stick around. This is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. And here's Taya with End of the World. We'll be right back.
What I like most about the Ohio Media School is the people that I meet. I'm a super social person, so I love meeting people. And if you come here, the people you'll meet will help you out, not just only in school, but after you get out of school. My future, I hope to get out in the industry, make a name for myself. Shout out Rick, shout out T Nasty, shout out J Love. That's it.
And we are back on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artist. And this is Big C in the Morning. So, before we get into our second topic, we got some breaking news. We got some breaking news for you guys. So, you might want to sit tight. We got 3 big news stories. If you guys are familiar with a famous, well-known TV show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it is going to be coming to an end after 8 seasons. It was made the decision by Dan Gore, who is the producer of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, again, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is going to come to an end after their 8th season, sadly. Other news, if you're fans of football, J.J. Watt has parted ways with the Houston Texans. He will be going to a different team for the 2021 NFL season. So, for all those J.J. Watt fans, you should be shocked, or not. Who knows? And also, Dave Chappelle has been paid by Comedy Central for his work on Chappelle's Show, and it is now back on Netflix. As you know, Dave Chappelle told Netflix to remove his show because he did not get paid by it from Comedy Central, and Comedy Central is owned by Viacom, so basically Viacom never paid Dave Chappelle for those episodes he did for Chappelle's Show. And it has now been officially announced that Dave Chappelle has been paid by Viacom millions of dollars to him, and he was given back the license to his show. And thus, Chappelle's Show is now back on Netflix. So, 3 breaking news stories just coming in. It's crazy news day around here. I bet it's going to get even crazier over the weekend, maybe. Who knows? But, hey, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. But now it's time for our second topic. Valentine's Day this year is in a pandemic. COVID-19 just ruined our plans for Valentine's Day. They're just ruined our plans, and I'm not liking it. Well, not me. Basically, the people who are together. I have nobody, so I really don't care. You see this face? This is a face that doesn't care. But I can help you out. Because, you know, I have a somewhat PhD in, you know, Valentine's Day stuff, so I'm going to help you. So, welcome to Colton's, or Big C in the Mornings, you know, tips on how to, you know, get through this Valentine's Day, during this pandemic. So, you want to go to a restaurant, you know, with your bae, but unfortunately, it's COVID. What do? You bring the food, you bring the restaurant to you. Basically, try to make your house as, you know, restaurant-y as possible. Order the food from the restaurant. You and your bae love to go out. It can be anything. It could be O'Charlie's. It could be the Olive Garden. It could be the Raising Cane's. It could even be McDonald's. It could even be McDonald's, people. That's how lazy or whatever it is. Because seriously, nothing is romantic like, you know, decorating your house to be the most romantic thing in the world and just simply boom, putting it right there, putting it there in your house. But if your bae is not together, you know, if your bae is like not together with you, like you live in different places and you just want to socially distance this Valentine's Day, you know, just you know, get one of those large, you know, TVs and put a camera on it, like a webcam video on it, pull up Zoom, and then boom, you can celebrate Valentine's Day socially distanced with, you know, Zoom. Or if you want to go out while also being socially distant, you can go out in one of those, you know, igloo type restaurant places. You know, some of these restaurants have these like igloos that you can go in, and it's very warm, and you know, it's very cold here in the winter. So obviously you can go to this igloo, it's warm, and you can have your food given to you, and you won't spread any COVID with any of the other diners, because there's like an igloo here, and then 6 feet away there's an igloo there, then there's another igloo there. It's a bunch of igloos that you can just eat and spend time with the one you love. So yeah. And my mom had a comment, says, I want to know where you got a somewhat PhD. Oh, it's easy. I got that somewhat PhD from the University of I Don't Care. That's where I got it. The University of I Don't Care. That's where I got it. So, yeah. Boom. Anything else? So, if you guys have, like, no plans for, Valentine's Day, you could watch something on Netflix. Netflix and chill, man. I mean, that's basically what everybody's doing now. Netflixing and chilling. Or is it Netflix and chilling? I don't know. But yeah, there's Netflix and chill. Hulu and chill. Or you can Disney Plus and chill, I guess. Because, it's a thing now. Basically, you can stream service and chill with your bae or whatever. What else? You guys can play a board game. Yeah, seriously, couples playing board games, it's totally normal. If you're too lazy to play a board game, then why are you spending time with that loved one? Seriously. Like, playing board games is kind of fun. You could play Apples to Apples. You could play Trivial Pursuit, which, in fact, Trivial Pursuit is a special skill of mine. And, I'm really smart at Trivial Pursuit. I would, definitely win every time at Trivial Pursuit. But, yeah, you can play Trivial Pursuit, Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity. It does not matter. Just play some kind of board or card game and, it'll probably be fun, You can play a board game. You can play some Monopoly. Seriously. And you can, literally do anything. Anything. Seriously. You can do anything. While I try to think of something else, we got a comment from William Real Bill. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm just going to call you Real Bill. Real Bill says, we're apostolic. I'm pretty sure I cannot pronounce that word. Pure flicks and chill and Scrabble. Scrabble. I've actually never played. I played Scrabble, but I haven't played it that much. But yeah, Netflix and chill is a thing. Is a good thing to do on Valentine's Day. It's also Scrabble with your loved one. It sounds like it's a good idea. I'm not a big fan of Scrabble, but Scrabble is a favorite game for everyone who's a couple. So or if two lovers, like video games, you could play video games. Seriously, you could play anything. You could play Super Mario Brothers. You could play Mario Party. You could play Call of Duty. You could play Jeopardy on, any console. You could play you could play board games. You could play, video games that have board games on them. Monopoly's got a video game. Scrabble's got a video game. Like, every single big board game has a video game. You could literally play the board games on your video game system. You could play anything. Seriously, you could literally play anything. Video games are a very good source of, team building exercises and, fun and, trustworthy and stuff. Oh, and Real Bill has another comment. He says, download Scrabble Go. Scrabble's got an app? What? No way. Hold on. I guess they do. Shocking. Never knew that. But anyways, back to, how to spend Valentine's Day during this pandemic. You guys can just... Another idea is, well, reading books together, I guess. I don't know. Going out to Valentine's Day during this pandemic has made me realize it's really tough. Seriously. It's very tough. Reading books, there's watching TV. I don't know what else. What about you guys? I want to know what you guys have ideas for this pandemic. Let me know in the comments below and I'll read them on the air. Because I've literally run out of ideas. I've literally single-handedly ran out of ideas. I know my mother's gonna, blast me for saying, you should have said ran out of ideas instead of run out of ideas. And I don't want to hear it. But yeah, Valentine's Day is very difficult this year. And besides, you can't go to the Jazz and Ribs Festival. Because, it's canceled again. But then again, where does the Jazz and Ribs Festival usually take place? In March? It's in July. So, yeah. So you can't really go to the Jazz and Ribs Festival in February. What else could you... You could go to a Blue Jackets game, maybe. I don't know when they're allowing fans at the Blue Jackets game, but you guys could go to a Blue Jackets game, when they allow fans. It could be like a post, Valentine's Day gift. Like, seriously. You could, or you can just, send presents back and forward to each other. You could literally send, a box of chocolates to them. Flowers like roses, daisies, anything. You could send, telegrams or something. I don't know. Phone call each other. Because seriously, man, why does COVID-19 have to ruin everything in 2021 now? Seriously. It's almost about 1 year since, Ohio's been invaded with COVID-19. You could watch something sporty together. Like if you're into sports, you could watch an NBA game. You could watch an old classic game, like an old classic football game, an old classic baseball game, an old classic basketball game. You could watch bull riding. I know there's bull riding. You could watch bowling. You could even watch bowling. Oh, I just remembered something. You could watch the Daytona 500 that's this Sunday on Valentine's Day. Yeah, you could watch the Daytona 500 on Valentine's Day. It's cars, it's like 44 cars going around in a circle. Well, technically it's not a circle, it's an oval. Even I know this. People say, oh, it's going around in a circle, it's not entertaining. It is entertaining when, people lose control of their car and go flippity flip flip all over the world. So yeah, you could watch the Daytona 500 this weekend on Valentine's Day. You could literally watch that if you're bored with your bae and have nothing to do. You could visit family with your bae on Valentine's Day. But who wants to do that? Because, mom and dad probably got plans of their own. You don't want to bother them on Valentine's Day, so that's kind of pointless. What else? You could just walk around town, check out the neat places they have, walk around town. You could walk around town, walk in the park, visit, historical places. You can literally visit anything. Or, just walk around town. Go visit your friends. You can go visit your friends. But, yeah. I have kind of ran out of ideas here, people. I tried my best to, give you the best ideas on how to do Valentine's Day this year. But, COVID's got me burnt out here. Like, seriously. I have no more ideas. No more ideas from me. So, yeah. Valentine's Day this year, it's kind of, it's kind of rubbed off. Like, it's gotten soft this year. Valentine's Day this year, pretty soft. So, yeah. Don't know what I'm going to do Valentine's Day. Well, I know what I'm going to do Valentine's Day. I'm going to watch the Daytona 500 by myself. Because, there's no girl that wants to watch a race with me. A NASCAR race. There's no girl that wants to, go out and do stuff. I got no girls. Guys. I seriously got no girls. It's sad. It's very sad. But, probably maybe 5 years, 6 years later, I can probably get a girl, maybe. But who knows? It just depends if, I'm lucky or not. It depends if, fate just comes straight towards me and says, hey, here you go. Here's a girlfriend. But, it probably won't happen. It's fine if I don't have anybody. Seriously. I could be single all my life, and I wouldn't even care. I just won't even care if I was single for the rest of my life. Besides, if I had a house by myself, I could do anything I want to my house. I could have my, walls painted a weird color. So, yeah. Anyways, with that, it's time to take a break. But when we come back, I'm going to shout out some people today. Yeah, Friday's shout out is back. I'm going to shout out some people. And then another thing that I'm going to talk about. And, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to talk about the Daytona 500 just one time. Okay? So, yeah. Shouting out some people and then talking about the Daytona 500. So, yeah. This is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artists. And now, here is Dira with Torn.
Super cranky.
Whoa. Yeah. No one else can take your place. I hope you can forgive me, babe. Really don't know what to say. You know I care about you, babe. One and between the two. Which one I wanted to. Really don't know what to do. One in between the two. Really don't know what to do. OMG, my life is upside down because although you my baby, I really can't help how I feel. For years I thought I would be funny, you would be my class. Never thought that someone else would come into my life. Oh my God, they got me lifted with the other one. Trying to show no feeling like my heart is numb. We mess around, we stole up, we pull up, when I scroll up, we on the load, can't hide us. Through my mind, you show me things you kept me safe. Lately, all my feelings been so out of place. I choose me, but I go back. I'm talking up, I really know I can't show that. Got no one else to take your place.
from me. She roll papers and bad. She look good, she cook. She get a leg with a big jig. She top the class, she from me. She roll papers and bad.
Got no one else to take your place. I hope you can forgive me, babe. Really don't know what to say. You know I care about you, babe. On number 22, which one I want to. Really don't know what to do. On number 22. Really don't know what to do.
Molly, when did you get back from Beijing? I gotta know. Ooh, Molly, are you stuck in nostalgia like me?
And we're back on WDG Underground, Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. And this is Big C in the morning. And there were some comments that I forgot to see, and I'm going to read them now. My mom says no, run was correct. And she also said make pizza in a heart shape. That's a good idea. Real Bill says Cleveland Monsters back open, already got tickets. Oh yeah, you could go to the Cleveland Monsters game if you live in Cleveland. And also bowling is more exciting. That says that's my mom's comment. Okay. Yeah, bowling is more exciting. Also, I want to before we get to the shout outs and stuff, I just want to say the music selection I picked, I did not know was going to be, that. But we need some love music in our system. Seriously, we have no love songs ever in this. It's like Christmas. We need Christmas songs here too. So yeah. But anyways, today's shoutouts. I got 2 birthday shoutouts. So happy birthday! I want to say happy birthday to my brother Addison. He's turning 33. Man, he's getting really old, but not that old. He's not getting that old. But yeah, he's 33 today. Ooh, boy. And I also want to say happy birthday to my Aunt Lisa. And also, I would like to say, I know it's their anniversary today, but their anniversary is in 2 days. So yeah, their anniversary is on Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, that's another good idea. You could get married on Valentine's Day. It doesn't matter. That's another good thing. But I want to say happy anniversary to my brother Ray J and his wife Stacy, who have been married for 9 years and already have 3 kids. So yeah, that's pretty lit. And now, time to talk about Daytona. Now that I'm done with these shout-outs, it's time to talk about the race that's happening on Valentine's Day, the Daytona 500. Basically the biggest stock car race in the history of stock car racing. There's a lot of stuff that is happening, for the 500, but I'm not gonna explain all that stuff. I would have loved to explain all that stuff on the Red Flag podcast, but unfortunately it's not. It's like not. It's not happening right now, but I really wish I could be with my Red Flag podcast buddies, Hot Wheels, Travis Napper, and King of the Hill, Ryan Hill. But, yeah, I miss that. I miss those days. But, I have to pick somebody for the Daytona 500 to win. Now, I've been watching the Daytona 500 since 2007. I was a fan of NASCAR when I was like, 3, but I haven't really seen a race till 2007. So I was 3 in 2004, hadn't seen a race since 2007. 3 years. I could have watched a NASCAR race, but I did not I didn't see one until, 2007. And that was the 2007 Daytona 500. So, the Daytona 500 is this weekend. Obviously, there are a lot of good contenders. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick. Chase Elliott's a good one. Ryan Blaney. Bubba Wallace. He's really impressed me. Seriously. This new team, 2311 Racing, with Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin owning that team. And, a lot of drivers have improved. So I'm gonna pick a winner, and I'm also gonna pick an underdog that you need to look out for. So my pick to win the 500, I was originally gonna pick Chase Elliott, but he dumped my dude Ryan Blaney, and that kind of made me angry. So I'm going with Ryan Blaney to win the whole thing. And then the underdog you need to look out for is Bubba Wallace, because seriously, he could win the Daytona 500. Or even Ryan Newman, he can win the Daytona 500. Coming back from that, big wreck he suffered in last year's Daytona 500, that scary wreck. Nobody probably knows that. Y'all need to look up Ryan Newman 2020 Daytona 500. You'll see what I mean. Ryan Newman could win. Bubba Wallace could win. Ryan Blaney could win. Those three guys, I think, could have a chance. But mainly I'm picking Ryan Blaney. Underdog, Bubba Wallace. Another one to look out for is Ryan Newman. So, yeah. And obviously, I'm going to watch the Daytona 500 alone. With no girls. And my mom's like, probably saying, you don't need a girl. Whatever, Mom. Whatever. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. It is 11 o'clock right now. I got to get out of here. So I'd like to thank you all for tuning in for another show. Next week, thank goodness there won't be another special, because I'll try to figure out 2 new topics to talk about, and we'll talk about them right here on WDG. It's going to be great. So with that being said, this has been... excuse me. Jeez. This has been Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. My name is Big C, and I am out of here. So with that, have a great rest of your Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. And, happy Valentine's Day. I'll see y'all next week.